Welcome to Crocodile MTG, your home of competitive, constructed play in all Magic the Gathering formats. Today's video was brought to you by all our wonderful sponsors, affiliates, and patrons. Thank you all for supporting the Crocodile MTG channel, and we hope you enjoy today's video. Hello everyone and welcome. My name is Jordan with Crocodile MTG, here bringing you another Magic the Gathering video. Today we're actually recording live on Twitch, so if you are on YouTube watching this, go hit that follow button over on our Twitch channel, twitch.tv/crocodilemtg. That way you know when we're live and you can participate in these live drafts with us and help us draft along as well. Thank you all so much for being here, especially if you're here on Twitch today. It is 8:30 in the morning Eastern Standard Time. We're up pretty early today on this fine Thursday morning, but thank you all so much for being here. And it looks like we're about to go ahead and get underway in the draft here. Oh, that was a loud noise. Let me go ahead and let me turn that down some. And it looks like I might be dropping some frames here, so hopefully that doesn't continue. Hopefully it's not an internet issue. You can all let me know later if you are having an issue here. Huh. Alright, give me one moment here, everyone. Looking at this pack, I kind of like Ugin. Ugin's a pretty powerful... we also have Power Stone in this pack, which isn't bad either. We do have Savannah also. Give me one moment, everyone. I am going to go ahead. Project save. I was trying to work on something in the background, but it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to do that and stream. So I'm just going to go ahead and stream here and focus on all of you. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and take Ugin in this pack, I believe. Destroying all lands, that doesn't seem like a good one. I like Wormcoil Engine. Force of Will is also extremely good here. I think we just snap up the Force of Will here. I also don't mind the Monolith. Monolith is definitely a pretty good card that we could pick up. I really like the Force of Will, though. I also like the Wormcoil Engine, especially if we're going kind of like a large colorless deck. This Monolith is quite a bit of ramp, though. Let's hope something from here wields, even if it's just the Ulamog. But I do think I'm going to go ahead and pick up the Force of Will in this pack. Alright, Ancestral Vision's not bad. We have Narset as well. We have a Lumbering Falls. I don't think we want the Dark Confidant. I think we're going to end up going like a blue-green ramp deck, though. So I kind of don't mind picking up the Ancestral Visions here. Thief of Sanity is also pretty good. But Sylvan Library, actually, I completely skipped over that. Sylvan Library might be the best card in this pack. And I think we're going to go ahead and pick that up here. Alright, we have a Vraska, we have a Languish, we have a Phyrexian Metamorphosis. We have a Regrowth, Scavenging Ooze. I think I might just be Brainstorm in this pack. I think Brainstorm's pretty powerful. It helps us with our consistency as well. I think we're just going to go for like a blue-green ramp deck. But if we were splashing black, this Languish or the Vraska would be extremely good here. But for now, I'm just going to pick up the Brainstorm to improve our consistency. Alright, I'm not sure what's going on here. I'm worried here because it says I'm skipping frames, which is a little concerning. But hopefully we're able to get through everything. I like Garruk Primal Hunter in this pack. Artisan also isn't a bad card. But I think I like Garruk better. We have a Tinker Mage, we have a Eldritch. Eldritch is kind of underpowered here. I don't mind the Primal Command either, but I think the pick here might just be the Garruk. Wow, it feels like MTGO is also lagging here. Let me see if I can open my task manager here. Hey man, never take a win condition early in cube. Papa Deuce, welcome to the chat here. Make sure you got good mana and cheap spells. I don't know. In Vintage Cube, it's pretty easy to pick up some pretty nice things early. I know we took the turn 1 Ugin, but at the same time, like, I don't think it was a terrible play. Ugin's a pretty good win condition later in the game. That being said, I understand what you're saying by, like, take the cheap spells that you can kind of, like, use over time. Like, Reoccurring Nightmare is a pretty good one if we're in black. I don't mind the Garuk Relentless here. I almost want to pick up the Crucible Worlds to see if we can get, like, a Strip Mine or Wasteland going and play kind of a later game in there. I also don't mind the Tassiger here. I think I'm going to pick up the Garuk Relentless, though, because it does act as a removal spell. Now we have Acidic Slime here, which isn't bad. Magus can kind of ruin some decks, but if we end up going 3 colors, we don't want to be ruined by Magus either. Walking Ballista here is not bad, but I think between Walking Ballista and Acidic Slime, I think I like the Acidic Slime more, just because it's a pretty decent card to play. Here, we do have the Grizzlebrand in this pack, but I think I'd rather pick up a land here. I think we're more likely to splash black than we are red. So I think I'm fine with picking up the Bayou and seeing how this plays out. We also do have Kitchen Finks in this pack, which is a little interesting because since we're heavy green, we could... good morning, Polaris. Welcome. Since we are picking up... since we are playing green, we can pick up this Kitchen Finks. Maybe it's better just to stay in our colors. The Finale of Devastation Wield. We also have Blast Zone in this pack. Savannah's not bad. I like Unburial Rites. I kind of just think we pick up Finale of Devastation, though. I mean, this deck we could be playing also, like, instead of just our normal 17 lands, we could play, like, an 18th land or something. Let's go ahead and pick up Finale here and see how this goes. I almost feel like I want to pick up a 3rd color here, but for this pack at least, let's go ahead and stick to our 2 main colors here. I don't mind picking up a Wall of Blossom. I think Terastodon's okay. I think Maelstrom Pulse is better here if we wanted to splash black. We're pretty light on removal, but I think we're going to end up being a ramp deck, so let's grab Terastodon here. I don't mind grabbing the Dark Ritual in this pack because it is a ramp card, and if we end up going black, we can play it. I'm just going to pick up the Metamorphosis. We're not for sure white here. Maybe we end up going black. Let's pick up the Tassiger here. We get a couple Storm cards. Here's a Channel, which is interesting because we could channel out like a turn 2 Ugin. Channel's one of those cards that's interesting because like it can ramp you up quite a bit, but at the same time, a lot of people don't want to take the life loss from it. Maybe Pulse. You got Bayou, right? I didn't end up taking a Bayou in that pack. I ended up taking Kitchen Finks just to stay in the green, to kind of see where the green ended up taking us. So in this pack, we also have Counterspell if we want to stick to our blue roots. Counterspell's not bad. We do have... Let's see. We have Scarab God also in this pack if we end up splashing our black. We also have Thoughtseize. Thoughtseize is pretty good. We also have Fanatic Search if we want to discard. I'm kind of leaning towards either picking up the Scarab God or the Counterspell here. I'm not exactly sure which one's better. I kind of like the Scarab God and going for our black splash here and kind of playing through that. And then we'll see if the Counterspell... I don't think that's going to end up wielding. Here, Fallen Shinobi looks pretty good. We also have a Birds of Paradise, though, which will help us in our 3-color deck. We have a Phantasmal Image, but I'm not really interested in that at the moment. We do have the Splitter Twin, but I don't think... Like, we're too green at this point. I don't think we can just splash the Splitter Twin combo. I do like the Birds of Paradise here, but I also like the Fallen Shinobi. Maybe I'm getting too into like the blue-black roots. Maybe I should just take the Birds of Paradise. We also have an Incubation Druid and a Flooded Strand in this pack. I think it just has to be the ramp card and the Mana Fixer in Paradise. Here we have a Hissing Quagmire. We have a Harmonize, which isn't bad. We also have a Mana Leak. I think the Hissing Quagmire might wield. We will see a couple cards out of this pack. So I kind of think... Like, Mana Leak is also pretty underpowered, though. And we are pretty green. Maybe we just pick up the Harmonize here. Because we might end up... Massacre Worm would have been such a bad but spicy pick. Yeah, Massacre Worm, I think with splashing black and blue, I think we're going to be like mono green with support colors. But yeah, Massacre Worm definitely would have been one of those cards that just like, I don't think we can just play because it's 3 black. I think we pick up the Harmonize here though. Here we have a Garruk. We also have a Nissa who shakes the world. We do have a Misty as well. We have a Sword of Fire and Ice here, which deals 2 and draws cards. There's our Pestermite. So if we would have picked up that Splitter Twin, we might have been able to play the Pestermite with it. I do like the Green Sun Zenith as well. Looking at our deck here. Alright, we have the Paradise Druid. We have Sylvan Library too. So we do have cards that help us like filter through our deck pretty well. I kind of like either the Nissa or the Garruk in this pack. I think maybe we just grab the Nissa since we are more of a ramp pack. And I think the Garruk might end up actually wielding if no one's in black-green. We do have a Damnation in this pack. That's a little bit interesting. I think we could pick up the Damnation here, especially if black is one of our main support colors. We do also have a Wasteland. We have Lightning Greaves in this pack. We are kind of a later in the game deck. I almost kind of feel like just picking up the Damnation might be good here. Some of these other cards are kind of undervalued, in my opinion. Let's go ahead and pick up the Damnation. Let's see how it goes. Here's a Vivian. We have an Entomb. Ooh, Pernicious Deed's actually pretty good. So you can sacrifice it, destroy each artifact, creature, and enchantment with converting mana cost X or less. That's actually an extremely good card in this particular cube. I almost wonder if that's the pick here. We could just, you know, trim like on this Force of Will too. Like, I don't think we need the Force of Will necessarily. Like, it's a good card, don't get me wrong, but we also have the Predator here. I think we want to pick up the Pernicious Deed in this pack. All right, we have a Garruk Wildspeaker that can help us ramp a little bit. We also have something like Avacyn's Pilgrim, which isn't bad. We do have a Mastermind's Acquisition, which can get us a card out of our sideboard if we were playing certain cards we want that we don't want in our main deck, but want in our sideboard. I think I'm fine with going ahead and picking up the Garruk here, though. We have Fastbond here, so you may play any number of lands on your turn. Whenever you play a land that wasn't your first land, pay 1. We do also have a Shieldred in this pack, and we have a Duress and a Dismember. So this is the Sword of Body Mind, which mills and creates a wolf. That's also not a bad card, but I think we want either the Dismember here or the Duress. Fast Bond would be nice, but there's no guarantee that we're going to have a bunch of lands in our hand. So I think here we're just going to pick up the Dismember and keep it around as a removal spell. In this pack, we have Imperial Seal. We also have Vivian. So Vivian, you look at the top 3 cards, put one of them face down, and then as long as it's a creature, you may cast it. It also has the tick up ability of giving a creature Vigilance and Reach until your next turn, which isn't bad. I do think we might just want the Imperial Seal in this pack, though. Massacre Worm now has the potential of being played. And Splinter Twin actually wheeled around, and the Pestermites in this as well. I almost think we can play Massacre now that we're more black dedicated. And I think we just pick up the Hissing Quagmire here, which I was hoping wheeled, and it did. We have Tendrils of Agony in this pack. I don't think it's playable, but we'll pick it up. I'm going to take Survival of the Fittest. We'll take the Entomb, and maybe we'll hit a Reanimate as well. And again, because the way this deck's playing out, we could end up being like a more Reanimate deck. Alright, here we have a Mox, but we also have a Liliana the Veil. And the question is, which one do we want here? I think we want the Mox Ruby. I think we just have to take the Mox out of obligation. Being able to ramp up, even though it's not in one of our colors, I think being able to ramp up's pretty good here. We also have a Toxic Deluge that I hope wields. Toxic Deluge and Liliana the Veil are the cards I'm kind of looking for to hopefully wield. I don't know if they will, though. Alright, we have a Master. We have a Renin 6. We have an Oracle Mardia, which isn't bad. We also have just a straight Fatal Push. I kind of want to pick up the Oracle here and see if... yeah, Massacre Worm for the win. I just kind of want to pick up the Oracle here and see if we can ramp up. I don't think there's anything else here. If we were playing the blue splash, we could play Treasure Cruise, but I think just sticking to a blue-green will help us with our consistency. Question is, what do I want here? The Oracle or the Fatal Push? I think we just pick up Oracle here. Grave Titan's not bad in this pack. We also have a Lotus Cobra. Devoted Druid can tap for 2 extra mana here. I almost think we just go with the Devoted Druid. Snake's not bad, but the issue is we don't have a lot of fetch lands currently, and I don't think a lot are going to wield, especially since we're in pack 3. So I don't mind picking up the Devoted Druid here as an extra way to kind of ramp up our mana a little bit. The other thing we could pick, though, is Chalice. Maybe Chalice is better than a creature. I guess we're pretty heavy green. Let's go ahead and pick up Druid, I guess. It'd be the same converted mana cost overall. We have Dark Ritual here, which isn't bad. It can help us ramp up. We have a Verdant Catacomb. A Yawgmoth's Will. So until end of turn, you may play cards from your graveyard. If a card from your graveyard would be anywhere other... would be put into your graveyard from anywhere this turn, exile it instead. So we could Yawgmoth's Will and just play cards from our graveyard. We could take this Verdant Catacomb and hope Executioner ends up wielding. I don't think the Cabal Ritual is like a necessary card. I kind of like just picking up the Verdant here and seeing what wields. I kind of almost wish that we took the Snake, since I wasn't expecting to get any more fetch lands, honestly. Let's go ahead and pick up the Verdant Catacomb here. We have Mind Twist. We also have Assassin's Trophy. Actually, this pack's loaded with cards that we kind of want to pick up. I think Mind Twist is better. And I hope the Assassin Trophy wields. I could see the Deranged Hermit as well, being a decent card. What is going on here? Alright, something's going on with MTGO. I'm going to have to, after this draft... Alright, we're taking Mind Twist. I gotta be careful with that. That was so odd. I've never seen that before. I don't mind Den Protector here. Destroy target non-creature, non-black. Non-artifact, non-black creature. I don't think that's really what we want to take here. We could take the Tooth and Nail here, but I don't think it's necessarily what our deck needs. I think Den Protector is honestly probably one of the better cards in this pack. I don't mind the Plague. I also don't mind the Exhume, but we're not really... like, we didn't pick up the Grizzlebrand or anything, so I don't really think we're going to end up being like a Reanimate deck, but I don't mind picking up the Plague Crafter here. Memory Jar is also kind of interesting. I don't think we have enough artifacts to play Mishra's Workshop. I don't think we have any artifacts, actually. I think I'm going to go ahead and pick up the Plague Crafter here. Pelucranos isn't bad here. Oh, but we also have Vanamore Emissary. I think this is the better ramp spell. We also have Vampire Hexmage. This pack's actually pretty decent. I don't think we're going to see anything because we have exactly 8 cards left. Ooh. I kind of think the rest of our deck's pretty good. I think I just want to pick up the Emissary as a ramp spell and hope we can get there. Toxic Deluge ended up wielding. I think that's going to be the pickup here. The Fatal Push made it around. Do we want the Fatal Push or do we want the Master? Master at the beginning of each upkeep gives us a 2/2 wolf that can fight. I kind of like the removal spell here, but we do have a few removal spells. Let's go ahead and pick up the Hunt here. We're going to take Ani, but I'm not really seeing playing her. We could play her. I mean, she's a 5-drop, essentially, but I don't think it's necessary. We'll pick up the Cabal here. Alright, Assassin's Trophy did make it around. We'll play Prowler, but we're just going to put it in the sideboard. We have quite a few cuts to make, so we're going to have to figure out... Mind Twist definitely can break your opponent's strategy. Yeah, Mind Twist is really good here. We're going to have to kind of narrow this down quite a bit, and I think once we narrow it down, I think we actually have a pretty decent deck here. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and just toss the lands over here. I think we can play 17 lands and be okay. We do have quite a few ramp spells. The question is, how much do I want to ramp, though? Like, do I want to play... Here, I'll sort it down here. That way y'all can see. So I'm gonna do, like, ramp, cards... Survival of the Fittest. Discard a creature card, search your library for a creature card, reveal that card, put it into your hand. So we can search for specific things if we want. That's more of a Imperial Seal type thing. This is Recursion. Sylvan Library is not a ramp spell. So this is more like find your specific thing. Wall of Blossoms just draws a card. It's not bad, but I think we have better 2-drops to play over that. Alright, I need to just kind of sort through. So let's move this over here. These are our removal spells. These are board wipes. We actually have quite a few board wipes here, so we want to take that into consideration when we're building our deck. Oracle is another ramp card. We have Garruk. I'll put Garruk in like a Planeswalker slot as opposed to... Alright, this is Draw, which is here. Kitchen Finks isn't bad. Den Protector's not bad. I don't know if we're going to end up playing Master here. I do like our Planeswalker plan, though. And then over here we have Mind Twist and Finale, which is pretty good. I think we're going to cut Iona. We might end up cutting Massacre Worm. Massacre Worm's good, but Maybe it's even the Acidic Slime. Maybe we bring in the Acidic Slime as a sideboard card, as a sideboard option. I almost think Plague Crafter is a sideboard card as well. Looking at our deck here, we have quite a bit of ramp, but the question is how much of it do we actually want / need? I almost think we want to cut Cabal Ritual since we're more based green, but maybe we don't because we have things like Massacre Worm. I feel like Oracle's almost too slow. But it does help us get lands off the top of our deck. So how many cards do we need to cut here? 3 to 5. Let's see. 28. We want to play 23. So we need to cut 5 cards. Maybe it's just Kitchen Finks, because Kitchen Finks isn't great unless we're playing. It's more of a sideboard card. If we're playing against an aggressive deck like Mono Red, we'll bring in the Kitchen Finks. Dark Ritual is fine. Birds of Paradise I think is fine. I want to save this and then I'm going to reset MTGO because I think MTGO is lagging right now, and I want to make sure we can draft without any lag. Give me one moment here, everyone. Okay. I like Harmonize here. I kind of like Survival of the Fittest can be cut in this pack. If we end up playing against a deck that has a lot of targeted removal spell, we could always bring in Survival of the Fittest. I guess this is discarding a creature card. I was thinking of the one from Origins, the one that you sack a creature and search the top until you hit a creature. I could see cutting maybe Devoted Druid here. But I kind of like the ramp. I like having this ramp here. Imperial Seal maybe is a trim here because it puts it on top. It doesn't give you like the answer right away. I like our removal spells here. Pretty much any creature deck's going to have a really hard time against us. And since we're killing a lot of creatures, maybe Massacre Worm's not the best, but I still like Massacre Worm. Do we need all the Planeswalkers we're playing? I think so. I think because of the board wipes we have, I think we want the Planeswalkers we're playing. So 2 more cards. What's the cut? Could just be Massacre Worm. Or Terastodon. I could see trimming Terastodon maybe. It's just odd because, like, what's our win condition at this point? Hey, Azil, welcome. Thank you so much for being here. I kind of like trimming the Terastodon. Yeah. I think that's kind of an interesting... I think our win condition's either, like, you know, pinging them down, overwhelming them. I think really it's overwhelming them with their Planeswalkers is our main condition. But then we have the Finale of Devastation at the end where we can just ramp up and power through. I want to make one more trim. I think it might just be the Cabal Ritual. I don't hate that cut. An early Cabal Ritual would be good with Mind Twist, but at the same time, I think it's just a little too slow. Dark Ritual is just 1 mana extra efficient. And we still have 6 ramp spells, so I don't hate that. So let's go ahead and trim the Cabal Ritual. Let's add our basics. I think I'm going to trim... I'm going to trim 1 of each here and then add in our Hissing Quagmire and Verdant Catacomb. And I think this is okay. Let's go ahead and sort by converted mana cost. So we have Dark Ritual and Birds of Paradise. We have our Assassin's Trophy. Yeah, we have potentially 3 things on turn 2 we want to be able to play. Garruk. It might end up we end up cutting Garruk Relentless, but we'll see here. But I like the Mind Twist. I like the Finale. I like our Planeswalker package. Let's go ahead and save our deck here. All right, I'm going to reset. Let me go to full camera here. Given he gives only green. What about... I like the Emissary because it taps equal to the number of forest you control. So it's pretty easy to go like forest, and then play something else and immediately have 5 mana. I think it's pretty efficient for a 2-mana card to be able to ramp you up to like... that one card can tap for like 3 to 4 mana sometimes. All right, so let me go ahead and reset MTGO here. I'm not sure if it's something from the update or what's going on. All right, that's new. Did MTGO always have music like this? I thought something was different. Like I heard weird noises, but that was odd. So when you start MTGO, that's the noise it gives you. All right, let me go to the correct screen here. I was on the correct screen, but I did not update this. So let me go ahead and update this. Vintage Cube, MTGO, I guess. There we go. All right. So let's go ahead and hop back into our Vintage Cube here. And hopefully whatever this lag is, hopefully it goes away. These are different sounds. So let's go ahead and hop into game number 1. Thank you so much for being here and watching. This will probably be going live on our YouTube channel, so make sure you head over to youtube.com/crocodilemtg and check us out over there. Alright, see, I don't mind this because now we have a turn 2 Sylvan Library, we have a turn 2 Emissary, which isn't bad. We also have Devoted Druid. So I am going to go ahead and keep this hand. Okay, these are definitely new sounds on MTGO. Alright, Mock Sapphire from our opponent. Island. What did they do? Oh, okay, the Cloud Seer here. Alright, well, our turn 1's going to be pretty underwhelming. We're just going to pass the turn here. I kind of want to play Emissary and just see if we can ramp up to ramp up the 4 mana on turn 3. I really hope you draw a land here. Alright, we drew Toxic Deluge. Vanillion Click. Okay. Well, our hand's pretty underwhelming, so I'll go ahead and let our opponent click us. I'm not too worried about that. Sounds like the late 90s RPG games. Yeah. Sorry, let me fix my... There we go. Alright, so I actually kind of hope our opponent takes something here and gives us a land. Okay, they gave us a land. It wasn't quite the land we're looking for, but... So I'm actually kind of interested here. They did take the Emissary, worried about our ramp a little bit. I think here I'm just going to get a Forest. I kind of just want to jam the Sylvan Library this turn. And then next turn we can play Devoted Druid in our Hissing Quagmire. Hopefully our opponent's not too aggressive here. Alright, getting in for 3. Alright, that's actually a pretty good play from our opponent. Yes. And unfortunately, we don't have our Hissing Quagmire out yet to kind of get rid of these. I think I'm going to go ahead and put this on top, and I'm going to go ahead and pay 4 and pick up this. All right, let me try to play the Devoted Druid here. And if we actually had the Emissary in this hand, we would have been able to next turn actually play, potentially play Ugin. Oh, they returned our land? You can just do that? Well, that sucks. Alright, we're in rough shape here. Hopefully we can, hopefully they don't have a counterspell and we can take out this, this board with Toxic Deluge. Okay, what are they doing with Pester Might? Tapping down, the Druid? Alright, that's fine. What can we even do here? Can we even... I don't think we can even win. Like, they just have all the flyers. Like, I can make 4 mana this turn and harmonize, but that doesn't do anything. We never drew an untapped swamp. So that was a pretty quick one for our opponent to take down. Oh no, MTGO sounds stack. Wait. Untap sound stack, and it sounds so loud. Do you need me to turn it down? I can turn down my volume here some. All right, let me know if this is better. What do we want here? That was just embarrassing. Maybe we want the Kitchen Finks because they seem to be a pretty aggressive deck. We had quite a bit of ramp. We just had no removal. Maybe we don't want Kitchen Finks because I feel like we just need a hand with a little bit more removal. Your sound is okay. It's MTGO that's messing with the sounds for every permanent that's untapped. Oh, in the beginning? I would like to play first. Alright, this hand seems a lot better. Let's go ahead and keep it. Hopefully they don't have a bunch of counter spells. That is something I'm a little worried about coming from a primarily blue deck. Being able to play the Pernicious Deed, though, is going to be pretty decent here. Alright, I turned that down almost too much, I think. Alright, let me go ahead. Let me know if the sounds end up bothering you guys, though. Alright, you have a pause on my draw, opponent. What are you going to do? Scavenging Ooze. Okay. Alright, that's not bad. I think we just want to hold it, though. I think we just play Pernicious Deed. I feel like MTGO just, like, with their update, like, I feel like they just have too many sounds now. Like, I don't know about how I feel about this. I really don't want to use a removal spell on just a straight Scavenging Ooze, but I almost feel like we just have to. So let's see. What if I Dark Ritual? No, that wouldn't work. What I could do is Dark Ritual, play Garruk, and Dismember, taking 4. That's not terrible. Let's Dismember first. I don't know. I guess let's Garruk first and see if they do anything, because I don't want Dismember to just auto pay itself and then it looks and sounds like an early 2000s game. Yeah, like I don't want to say it sounds cheap, but it just sounds like there's so many Cancel. Why does it do that? There we go. Alright, let's see if this works. Sure, you can eat my Dark Ritual. Alright, I'm gonna tick up now. And I think we're still in pretty decent shape here. Alright, there's a Devoted Druid from our opponent. There's an Ugin. Do we just kill Devoted Druid here? Stop them from ramping? My dog's snoring behind me. Like, I almost wonder if we just Toxic Deluge for 2. Just to kill... I think we do, just to kill the Devoted Druid. They're stumbling on mana, and I don't want to give them the ability to just go off next turn with something silly. Alright, they're going to draw 3 cards with Harmonize. I think at this point, though, I think it might just be too late. There's a Massacre Worm, but we don't have enough creatures here. Or we don't have enough mana, black sources. We still had the Dark Ritual we'd be able to. I almost wonder if I just draw 3 cards here. I think that's pretty good. Just to straight Harmonize. I'm going to go ahead and cast this face down. And I'm going to leave the ability to turn it up. And grabbing something like Dismember or Toxic Deluge, depending on what our opponent plays. A Thing in the Ice. That's interesting. Alright, I don't want to use the Pernicious Deed, so I think I'm just going to let them kill this. We gain our 4 life back from our Dismember, which is pretty good. And now I wonder, do we just pick up Dismember again? And just take out the Thing in the Ice? There's a Nissa, which is pretty good. Let's go ahead and... And this might just be game here. Let's attempt to play the Nissa. Alright, and that is game here. We'd be swinging for 12. These sounds are so weird. I hope this isn't what's giving me the lag, though. 1 swamp away from the beloved Massacre Worm. Yeah, but Massacre Worm wouldn't have killed anything there. It's still good, though. Alright, that was a very different game from the first game our opponent played. I'm trying to think if there's anything we want here. I can see playing Acidic Slime, but again, our opponent got mana screwed that game, so taking him off a color would feel pretty good, but at the same time, like, I just think... I almost think Acidic Slime's better than Massacre Worm, but I love Massacre Worm at the same time. Excuse me. Garruk Relentless was probably fine. Just making a 2/2 wolf every turn. It's a little slow, but it also is a removal spell and creates Death Touchers if it flips. So I do like it here. I do want to say thank you so much for watching. I do want to give a big shout out and thank you to our awesome sponsor, ManaTraders.com. ManaTraders is a card rental service for MTGO and also Tabletop Magic. Yeah, when I shuffle, it makes the shuffle sound. But ManaTraders is honestly one of the best sponsors I've ever had. They're a great card rental service. I use them way before I started making Magic content. And you can pay like basically a subscription fee every month, and you can rent basically any deck for MTGO. This hand's a little slow. I think we almost have to mulligan down the 5. All right, this hand's weird, but better weird, I guess. Let's keep it. I think I'm going to have to put Massacre Worm, and I almost think it's this Garruk on the bottom, and just hope we draw some lands. This is going to be rough, but hopefully the Toxic Deluge can keep us in it here. Our opponent just starts with a basic forest. That's just so underwhelming. Alright, our opponent's playing blue. Maybe we just cast the Ruby now. Alright, why Storm count here? Does someone have something with Storm? I feel like that foreshadows something on our opponent's side of the battlefield. Alright, that's fine. Alright, let's hope our opponent just can't ramp up next turn. Hopefully they don't have a fetch land. Alright, they do have a land, though. Next turn, what I'd like to do is play Garruk Relentless and kill this Lotus Cobra. We'll see what they play, though. I could just be deluging next turn. Opposition. Okay. This is interesting. So at our upkeep here, they probably opposition a forest. Yeah, that's fine. Do I just deluge here? Probably not. I can Mind Twist for 2. But then they can tap down our black source. Opposition's really hard to play against. I really hate opposition. This is an odd spot here. We can either Mind Twist for 2 and hopefully get rid of something they're trying to play next turn, or we can Deluge for 1 and hopefully they don't... Did they miss a land drop turn 3? They were on the play, so they did miss a land drop here. I think to stop them from hindering us any farther, I think we have to Mind Twist here for 1. And we don't want them to ramp up off a land off the top. So they did find their 4th land here. Alright, Defender of Roots is fine. They probably tap down our swamp here. So we just have to hope to find something off the top. They tap down our forest? Alright, I'm going to Mind Twist for 3 now. And hopefully get all the cards out of their hand, unless they have a counter spell. Do they have a flash spell? Maybe a Pestermite? Oh, they're going to Beast within their own land. That's interesting. So this is going to not necessarily work out with them if we draw a Swamp. And they had a Time Twister in hand. Alright, well that's pretty good. Let's hope we draw a Black Source. Are they just trying to take us off of cards here? Keep us off of green, I guess. Alright, we can't actually do anything with this. Harmonize is a sorcery. That's unfortunate. This was a pretty good get from them. Yep, they're going to kill our Mox Ruby. This is a pretty good card here. They might actually have us locked down for the moment. Sure. But if they're just hitting us for 2, we're going to have some time to find some stuff. Like, if we find another land off the top here, Damnation's going to completely obliterate them, I'm pretty sure. Alright, there's a Scavenging Ooze. I'm assuming they attack for 2, or they just tap down our stuff here. Attack for 3, tap down our stuff. Sure. Keeping us off green mana kind of sucks, but... I must miss our Toxic Deluge now, but I think that was the right play to play Deluge earlier. Oh, and they're able to get stuff. That just sounds so gross, the MTGO sound. I'm sorry, MTGO. I know you probably worked hard on it. I'd like to at least play this Den Protector next turn, so hopefully we can, I was going to say, hopefully we can draw something here. Our opponent playing something pretty decent. Harmonize, play a land, maybe play something with Wall of Roots. Yeah, this is a slow and grindy way to win a game, but our opponent honestly is playing this extremely well. They can actually just win next turn. This is a little awkward because we're going to end up chump blocking here. If our opponent attacks, we end up just blocking. If our opponent doesn't attack, though, we can maybe get this Mox Ruby back. Alright, there's a Frost Titan for the win. I guess they could have tapped it down with Wall of Roots anyhow. Yeah, now they just attack for 7, and they got that. This is a good win from our opponent. Yep. And unfortunately, that was game. That Dismember would have been really good. We could have taken out something, even if it's like the Tyrant Predator or something. That was a good win from our opponent, though. We're going to go ahead and jump into game number 2 now. And thank you all so much for joining me. If you're new to the channel and you're watching today, my name is Jordan. I run a YouTube channel called Crocodile MTG. We do primarily anything from Modern, Legacy, Pioneer. We do a lot of internal formats. We also do things like Vintage Cube over there on the channel. So go check that out if you enjoy internal formats like that. We also on Twitch, we end up playing a lot more like MTG Arena and things like Vintage Cube online as well. We don't do too many live recordings of our eternal formats as well. We do quite a few Pioneer leagues over there, though. All right, I like this hand. Emissary is a little weird, but I like Devoted Druid here. I'm gonna have to find a way to turn off these sounds. These sounds are definitely weird. So turn 2 Devoted Druid is gonna be decent if we're able to Emissary the following turn. So I'll go ahead and start with a Forest and pass the turn here, and we'll see what our opponent's playing here in a minute, hopefully, unless they just play a basic and pass. All right, same thing. All right, we're gonna attempt this Devoted Druid. All right, that was good. So our opponent doesn't seem to have an instant speed thing in hand, or they just don't care to use it at the moment. So next turn I'll probably just play Emissary and play a land, and then hopefully we have enough for the Masker Worm the turn after. Our opponent potentially on a ramp deck as well. And how's a turn 4 Ugin sound for everyone? Our opponent has to yield through the turn since they have Sakura Tri-Builder. Alright, so I think here we play the Forest and play Emissary. And then just pass the turn. If they try to attack, we can just block with Devoted Druid. And then hopefully they just don't have like something like a Toxic Deluge, because that'll kind of ruin our potential turn 4 Ugin. But if we do get this turn 4 Ugin, I think Ugin's going to just be the be good enough for the W. Alright, let me go ahead here. I'm sorry, everyone. Let me hop over to my channel. Alright, there we go. Alright, so we're not going to do anything here. We'll just go ahead and pass to our opponent. They might just crack this Elder if they need the land. And hopefully we don't need to... we weren't hoping to play Massacre Worm next turn, since we played this Forest instead. Alright, this is fine. They're just ramping up here. But we're just going to play Ugin and tick up. Alright, so 1... So 2, 4... Yeah, we have enough here. Let's attempt an Ugin. Alright, Ugin ticks up. Pass the turn for our opponent. And let's see if this is going to be good enough for the win here. They might have something pretty good. Like if they have a destroy target permanent card, or they have just a like return to hand card, this would be pretty good. But the follow-up, if they play anything that's going to die the Massacre Worm, we're just jamming the Massacre Worm next turn most likely. Even if they have like a Frost Titan or something, we can just kill it. Anything with 5 power, because we can shock it and then kill it with Massacre Worm next turn. Massacre Worm is not a card anymore, it's a goal. Yeah, exactly. Massacre Worm I feel like is going to be really good here. Here's some Birds of Paradise. They're going to be pretty sad when they see the Massacre Worm. Scavenging Ooze hit a Swamp. They hit a Forest. So we're still going to be able to... I think... Can we play Massacre Worm now? Now we can. Okay, we drew the Mox Ruby. So we hit Massacre Worm. Massacre Worm! Alright, our opponent takes 4. Tick up and we can still attack in for 2. I don't think our opponent can handle this. And that's going to be the game. Alright, heading over to the sideboard here. We have to be aware of what they're playing. Because they are playing a ramp deck, so as long as they have a pretty decent ramp ability, I think we might end up falling behind, especially since they're playing their Acidic Slime in their main deck. I could see bringing in the Plague Crafter here. The roll for it attacking was too much for our poor opponent. Yeah, they were just like, I got hit by the Mana Elf. I think I quit now. Yeah, but the Massacre Girl and the Ugin, I think what it was the Ugin ultimate was about to go off too, so we just look at the top 7, gain 7. Yeah, that ultimate from Ugin's just insane. If you never played it, it's definitely a game changer depending on what's in the top of our opponent's top of the player that ultimates library. I could see maybe bringing in the Plague Crafter or the Acidic Slime. They were pretty adamant about playing their Acidic Slime, so I almost want to just do it back to them and see if that's good enough. Mind Twist is good. Finale is probably fine. Finale's like an alternative win condition. Yeah, I think I'll play the Acidic Slime main deck. Give me one moment here. I need to... Alright, does that work? That does not work. Give me one moment here. Alright. I had to blow my nose. I didn't want to do that on camera. Yeah, I think a turn 1 Sylvan Library and having an Assassin's Trophy backup's pretty good. I think we're just going to go ahead and snap keep this. Our opponent did mulligan down to 6. Go ahead and cast the Mox Ruby. Turn 1 Sylvan. Let's see if this is good enough. It definitely feels pretty good. I would like to use the ability. I think we can put this on top. I think I'll just go ahead and pay 4 for this. We'll play a Swamp and leave up Assassin's Trophy and just pass the turn. See what our opponent has. If they have anything like overwhelming, yeah, this is nothing. What I could do is Assassin's Trophy their Falls, if I want to, why they don't have the mana, but I don't think it's necessary. I think we want to keep it for something better. Next turn, I think we're just going to play this Garruk Relentless, unless we draw something really good, like an Oracle. Alright, we'll go ahead and put this on top. I'll pay 4 for this, so I'm not too worried about that. Just go ahead and make a wolf, start getting some value. Alright, well that's not a great creature. Unless they have a removal spell. They have channel? No, what are they going to channel here? I don't want them to channel anything. So now we're going to get to flip our Garruk. And then we can sack a creature if you do, search your library for a creature. And then we can just tick up and make Black Elves now. You just realized Massacre Girl kind of references Massacre Worm. Yeah, it does. Massacre Girl does kind of reference Massacre Worm. That is correct. Alright, let's hope they don't have anything like overwhelmingly great here. Next turn we might just be hard casting this Tassiger. Like, our hand is kind of slow. If they attempt to just activate Lumbering Falls here and attacking our Garruk, I'm just going to Assassin's Trophy in response to the activation. So we'll see here what our opponent wants to do. They might see it as an opportunity, but we're going to see it as just a blanket. I'm kind of concerned about this channel. If they have something like Ugin and they just pump it out, like, it could definitely shift things in our opponent's favor. Channel. Oh, okay, they do activate it. So now we're going to get the blow up Lumbering Falls in response. And we have enough mana, so they're even if they have like something like a daze, they're not going to get to daze it. Alright, now they might just go for the channel. Alright, I guess not. Alright, our opponent has 5 cards in hand. Yeah, it looks like we're, we'll put these 2 forests on top, and we'll just go ahead and Mind Twist our opponent this turn. Mind Twist is so broken. Goodbye, opponent's hands. And this might be enough for the win. They had opposition, natural order. Why'd they grab channel? Was that just the only thing? Yeah, and that's just going to be the W for us. So great game, opponent. Let's go ahead and hop into game number 3. We're currently 1-1. We lost to opposition in match number 1. Mind Twist equals twisted. Oh, mind status twisted. I can't read for shit. I'm sorry. Yeah, that Mind Twist is really good here. Thank you all so much for being here, though. If you're new to the Crocodile MTG channel, you can check us out on YouTube or Twitch. If you're here on Twitch hanging out with us today, thank you so much for being here. And we'll see if we can get game number 3. We do primarily YouTube content, though, so make sure you go check out our YouTube channel at youtube.com/crocodilemtg. Let's go ahead and hop into game number 3. Alright, this hand... Is it just me, or does this hand feel good? This hand feels good to me. We can literally turn to Garruk Relentless. So we'll start with our Hissing Quagmire. Why is everyone playing islands? I hate islands. Ooh, can we just Mind Twist our opponent? Alright, is this going to feel bad if we end up getting dazed? This is going to feel really bad if we end up getting dazed. Let's not get dazed. Okay, they have a Brainstorm. Already a sub. Thank you so much, Polaris. No days? No days or Force of Will? I don't even care about Force of Will. No days? Thank you. Turn 2 Planeswalker. This is the new Tibalt. Or the new Renin 6. The other nice thing is Garruk can just kill something as well. So if our opponent plays a creature of any kind, we can just take it out with Garruk. It deals 3 damage, so as long as the creature's under 3 damage here. Okay, are you going to take out our wolf? Okay. We'll just make another wolf. Don't worry. I think we're going to just play the Pernicious Deed here and pass the turn. I'd really like to draw a land and get this other Garruk Wildspeaker. No, don't destroy that. That's rude. It amazes me how much faster Tibalt is from the second iteration. We don't have enough for Tasigur here. I mean, do we just blow this up and kill Kaya? It doesn't feel good, but I don't think I want to let them ramp with Assassin's Trophy. No, that doesn't kill Kaya! Dumbass. That doesn't kill Kaya. That feels bad. That feels really bad. Goodbye. Oh, that was a waste of a turn. Reading the card explains the card. Alright, this turn might be productive. Reading the card explains the card. We gotta learn. Now our petition, with the Pernicious Deed. Am I saying that? Yeah, Pernicious Deed. So our opponent got Teferi. I feel like this is Teferi. Oh no, they're just gonna kill Garuk. That's fine. It's not fine, but it's fine. They know about our Dismember. I think. Let's take out the Dark Ritual. And I guess the Garuk. Garuk's good, but later in the game it doesn't get as good here. And if we want to recur anything, I think we want to recur removal. Alright, Thief of Sanity is fine. I think we just kill it here, though. Go ahead and cast Mox Ruby. We'll get in for 4 since we can't block Colonnade anyhow. And we'll just activate Tasker at the whenever they go to combat here. They have to tap a white if they're activating Colonnade. Oh, Masker Worm. Okay. That's a pretty good one. That's a pretty good one. We're still just going to activate the Tasker's ability here. Hopefully getting a removal spell back. Ooh, Harmonize is good. They're giving us Assassin's Trophy. I was going to say maybe just the Mind Twist. So now we just Mind Twist them for 1. And leave up... I think instead of Sylvan Library here, I think we... Time Twister. Alright, that's pretty good. I think instead of playing Sylvan here, we leave up the ability to do Tasker's... Tasker, or we can Hissing Quagmire and block the Masker Worm. Alright, Ponder is good for our opponent here. Reading is tech. Yeah, reading is a skill in Magic, everyone. You need to learn how to read your cards in Magic. Reading the card explains the card. Learn to read, you learn how to play Magic. And without it, you're just looking at pretty pictures and hoping it's good enough for the win. Alright, let's go ahead and Hissing Quagmire here. Alright, so we do take 2 off of this, but we at least get rid of the Masker Worm. Don't have some sort of reanimation spell. Ninjutsu. Alright, this might end up trading for Tasker, which kind of sucks. They'll probably just keep giving us Mind Twist back from our graveyard. So we'll have to figure out a way to do something here. Narset. Well, that sucks. At the beginning of your draw step, you may draw 2 additional cards each turn. Okay. Let's see what they get here. This could be anyone's game still. Return all permanents to their owner's hand. I was going to say, I feel like that's better for us. Do I just take 9 here? Probably not. Let's go ahead and activate. We probably just get Mind Twist. Oh, they give us Dismember back? Isn't that good for us? That's odd, opponent. Unless they're pretty confident in winning with just non-creature spells. They're playing Esper, so I feel like they have a Teferi or something. Oh, they have Ashiok. That's good. Good card. What are they playing? This is a lot of mana. What are they playing? Return all permanents to their owner's hand. Okay. Oh, and then they're going to play Ashiok. Okay, and reset the board. I misunderstood what this upheaval was. And now they activate it. Get Ashiok. Okay. Alright, that's pretty good for our opponent, but here's the thing. We're going to get this Sylvan Library. I guess they can play Narset. Alright, I don't know if that was correct. Oh, they hit our Ugin. That's fine. We don't want Ugin at this point. I don't know if that was right or not. You now share this cube's record of Massacre Worm played with your opponent. Well, that sucks. Guess we're going to have to play Massacre Worm again. Oh no, they're going to play another Massacre Worm. Don't do this, opponent. I feel like Oracle's okay here. I actually think I want to wait. I'll pass the turn. If they end up just massacring here, we'll see if they want to tick up or if they want to massacre. And if they Massacre Worm, that's fine. What I'm going to do is kill the Massacre Worm in response. Alright, Spell Pierce. Oh, shit. Well, that's no fun. What do they have here? Tap this, tap Courtyard. Alright, they're gonna Massacre Worm. I guess what I should have done is so I want this Garruk next turn, so maybe I still just Dismember here. Yeah, I knew about the Spell Pierce. What I should have done is killed my Devoted Druid in response also. That way I only took 2 damage. Now we just might lose from ignorance. Draw cards equal to the greatest power among creatures you control. I don't control this, I just own it. And it doesn't matter if it's token or non-token, right? Yeah. Teferi, bounce the beast. Alright, so our opponent's deck looks pretty sweet. Thoughtseize? Yeah, they just see a bunch of lands. And now they attack for 6. End the game, opponent. End the game. Alright, that was good from our opponent. So we did take a loss there. Yeah, your opponent now holds the record. Yeah, we're going to have to see who can play more. Playcrafter will be good here, right? So, sacrifice a creature or planeswalker. Each player who can't discards a card. Yeah, I feel like that would be pretty good. We could Imperial Seal also. We could take out some of the creatures in our deck if we want. Like Massacre Worm. Like, I feel like our opponent's main win con is Planeswalkers. I still like Finale of Devastation. I like Massacre Worm, but I just feel like it might be the correct card to cut here. Maybe we bring in Acidic Slime also. Maybe we don't bring in Imperial Seal. I like Acidic Slime, and I like the Plaguecrafter. Maybe I cut Pernicious Deed. I'll play the 41 card special. Do we want Pernicious Deed or do we want Massacre Worm? I think we want Massacre Worm. Just an extra body. Something we can ramp out pretty quick. Alright, I think this is fine. Let's hope we get an early, some early ramp. That way we can play something good here. Alright, well, I'd say this is some early ramp. This is actually really good. Let's go ahead and keep this. Hopefully we draw a good threat off the top, but I feel like this is pretty good for our opening hand. The first couple turns are going to be quick. Alright, Nissa, who shakes the world on turn 3, I feel like will be pretty decent. I'll really send a message by getting in with this Birds of Paradise. Hopefully our opponent knows what that means. It means they're going to get got by this Nissa who shakes the world next turn if they don't have a counterspell. They have a Ponder? Okay. You've seen it in Modern. You've seen it in Standard. But now you get to see it in Vintage Cube. Turn 3 Nissa who shakes the world. 0 power is a message of peace. No, 0 power is a message of violence. If you're attacking with, like, your silly little bird... Oh, don't have the Thoughtseize. Don't have the Thoughtseize. I'm sorry, opponent. No, you're not going to see it. No, don't take my Nissa. Don't do it. Don't do it, opponent. I mean, they have to do it. It's, like, a ridiculous threat. No. Damn you, Thoughtseize. No. How about a turn 3 Massacre Worm instead? Good thing we kept Massacre Worm. Okay. I would have liked Nissa, but I don't think a turn 3 Massacre Worm's bad by any means. Like, what are they gonna play here? An Ashiok? I guess they could play a Teferi. Don't play a Teferi, opponent. Let's go ahead and play this Verdant Catacomb. I'm not even mad. I'm not even mad about the them taking Nissa. I would have been sad if they took Nissa and then we drew like land in a row. I'm not even mad because we drew Massacre Worm. Alright, what's our opponent have here? If it's a Planeswalker, we can just Plaguecrafter it. Aw, man. Aw, man. That sucks, man. That sucks. Alright, let's go ahead and grab a green source out of our library here. Alright, Mox Ruby's not what we're looking for here. I think I'm just going to hold it in hand in case our opponent has something silly. Alright, Thief of Sanity might have to die here with our Plaguecrafter. Yeah, we have to kill Thief of Sanity here. I'm going to leave this Swamp in hand. If we draw... We're one short of Ugin if we draw it. Our opponent stabilized after that really quick ramp, so I think we're going to have a rough time here. Alright, here's a Garruk. We're just going to have to tick down and make a blocker. But then I think they just... activate Colonnade and kill our Garruk. I think we're on the back foot here for sure. We can't let this Fallen Shinobi connect, though. They have, like, Teferi. Oh, they have just the Vindicate. Yeah, depending on what they hit here. I'm hoping they just hit lands off this Fallen Shinobi, but not looking good, especially if they hit our Ugin. They hit our Scavenging Ooze. That's not good either. That sucks. They get rid of our Ruby or a land. Okay. All right. We're not in a terrible spot here. We at least drew a removal spell now. So hopefully we can at least block the Fallen Shinobi this turn. We'll see what they attack with, though. Sure. Sure. We'll see where they attack first. I think I have to block the Acidic Slime and Assassin's Trophy the Fallen Shinobi. And they're gonna hit us for 4 here with Colonnade, but at least we're in a position where we can kind of ramp up if we need to. Alright, there's a Tasker, which is good. What do we want to keep here? Plague Crafter can go away. Massacre Girl. Ooh, I want to be careful here. So I think Devoted Druid is what we get rid of here. And I think I'm just going to activate right away and see what they give us back. That was actually a pretty good top deck, I think. And we just hit 2 lands, so they have to give us something good. Alright, I'm going to tick up here and make them consider hitting this this Garruk Wildspeaker. Let's see what they have here. Sure. I assume they just hit Garruk here. Or maybe they just go for face. It looks like they're just going for face, hoping to outgrind us. We are on a 2-turn clock. I mean, non-creature, non-land card. They know we have Masker Worm. So that's not great. Can we do both? Can we activate the ability? How much mana do we have? So 6, 7, 8, 9. Why would our opponent play Freebooter here? Like, don't they just lose on this? This is actually an interesting spot because next turn we have the potential to just kill our opponent. I wonder if this was a misplay on their part, playing the Freebooter. Like, they probably attack with Colonnade. In white. Attack with Colonnade. They're going quick here, so I feel like they just have something to deal the last 2 points of damage. That or they just know they misplayed and... Okay, we're at 2. Oh, and then they have the Collective Brutality to finish us. So that was good, opponent. So we did only win one of our games there. But our opponents played really well. I'm actually pretty impressed with that. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and call this cube done. I'll do my intro for YouTube again. And we'll jump into another one. Because I do like Vintage Cube. I like how it's playing out. So we'll go ahead and jump into another Vintage Cube here. But thank you so much for watching. If you're watching this on our YouTube channel, please hit that like and subscribe button. If you're watching this on Twitch, thank you so much for joining us in the fun today. And go check out our YouTube channel, youtube.com/crocodilemtg. Make sure you're following along both places. That way you can see all our content and participate when we're live on Twitch as well. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed today's video, please hit that like and subscribe button. Also, check out the description below for more Magic the Gathering content. This was Jordan with Crocodile MTG, and we will see you next time.